One thing about me is I'm going to know you without asking you about you. We're going to have normal conversations. And in the middle, in between, I'm going to pick pieces of you and put them together. So you will never catch me doing, what will you do if your girlfriend, what will you do if your wife, what did you think? I will not do it. We're going to have normal conversations because oftentimes when people have, all the time when people have conversations, so let me, let me, um, let me be modest. Most times when people hold conversations, they have a sentimental attachment to it. So that way you can hear a person express themselves during a conversation. Sometimes when people are having an argument, at some point they are slamming the table, they are, you're seeing this heat, like they're trying to express themselves. That's one thing. That's one advantage that holding a conversation is going to give you. Right? So, somebody was trying to pitch a relationship with me to me, and I had to put him through a conversation. I don't know if he was waiting for me to go objective. No, I don't do that, baby. We will have no more conversations. So I brought up a certain situation. It's actually a real situation. A woman, I had come across her video on TikTok, was sharing an information about her, creating awareness on one of the side effects of childbearing. So she says that the baby she had, the recent one, you know, she lost all her teeth. This woman, when she was talking, you'd notice she doesn't have teeth. She just has gum in her mouth. However, she can talk. So she was saying that this is how she lost her teeth, that the doctor said it's her baby that sucked up all the, I think it is vitamin D in her body. Correct me, please, if I'm wrong. So she said she lost her fingernails, her toenails, her bones are getting weak and wearing out. So now she needs a surgery. She needs to be placed on some diet thing and all that. But essentially, the information is it is childbearing that put her in this situation. So, and I think what necessitated this particular story, what brought it into the conversation, was I saying, oh, women deserve allowance. So weekly, monthly allowance, that's one of the ways you pamper your woman. Okay? It's like, why should I pay her? Why should I pay a woman? What is she doing with the money? So when I brought up the story of this woman, it's like, she wants to have kids now. If she doesn't want to have kids, if she doesn't want to lose her teeth, she should not have kids. Mind you, this person is perfect online. This person is a relationship coach slash counselor. One thing that you must look out for in every human being, I don't care the type of relationship you have with this person, platonic, romantic, corporate, whatever, make sure the person is kind. And then this person goes on to just be mean. I mean, you are with somebody who you call your partner, settle with this person, so somehow, to some level, to some extent, you love this person, and then the person gives birth, and you're like, I know you lost your teeth, but you won't lose your teeth if you don't want to have kids, just like that. And I'm like, is that all you have to say? At least you need to express some level of empathy towards this person. It's like, I don't have to do that. You know me, I'm blunt. You know me, I'm real. That's often the word. That's the word that a lot of mean things use. I'm real. Yada yada yada. Like I said, okay, Claire, let me ask you, do you want babies or not? I'm like, oh, you never can tell. I've never said that to you. And then he says, okay, that's good for you. Okay, if you don't want babies, that means you have escaped all that. You will not have that. But so far you decide to have babies, you should bear whatever comes from it. My problem is not whatever comes from it. It's a statement of fact to say, oh, she has this because she desires to have children. I'm like, who desires to lose her teeth, by the way? What she desired was to have a baby, which sadly came with this side effect. All right. And then he goes on to yap This is why I like conversation. So I'm gonna sit through this conversation so calmly. And then he kept on talking. He said, yes, the simple solution to that is, if you don't want to have all that, you're not ready to have all that, don't have babies. Giddy. What I was expecting was, oh, since it's my wife and she has our baby, we'll seek solutions. There's at least you just mentioned that the doctor said they're going to do surgery, they're going to place her on some diet. We'll just sort it out. But this person goes on to talk like this person is okay, this is a different entity, she has the baby for herself, like he's not part of the conception process. So I took that, and then I had to pinch myself. You see, you don't have to wait for somebody to show you or to do it to you. Most times you will hear them. And when people give you tips, hints like this, don't make excuses for them. Don't say, oh, but, or maybe. Don't do that. That is who they are. That is exactly how they'll handle it. And mind you, this person is like a 50-50 man, or even worse than a 50-50 man, because he says, somewhere in the conversation, oh, if my wife has 100K and I have 20K, that means we have 120K. We will use it together or access the money together. So that's like way worse than the 50-50 main thing. So this is just one thing I want to recommend to people. If you want to know who a person is, take them through a conversation. Whatever you get out of this conversation, that is who they are. You don't need to swoon around it for a long time. That is exactly who they are. I don't care what objective answer they've given you in the past or the one they will still give you. That is who they are. The one that comes out in the middle of conversations. And then he goes on to use some kind of words like, oh, I will punish you for doing this, for doing that. You should read the room, babies. And before you have a child with a man, make sure he wants the best for you. He looks out for you. When I asked him, when this child is born, whose surname will be on the birth certificate, he started to stutter. I said, no. I know it's the woman who wants the child, not you, right? I see how you're trying to like meander through it and come out of it. Whose surname will this baby take? In most parts of the world, it's the man's. Whose lineage are you fortifying with these babies? Who are you giving honor? Who are you continuing and furthering his lineage? The man. So, but let's not look at it like that. We're not trying to divide here. Okay? What would it cost you to just be kind? What would it cost you to be kind? Or it's hard, I want the baby so she will bear anything that comes out of it. And you're a relationship coach, expert, therapist. You are mad, sir.